In episode 10 of Total Drama Pahkitew Island, Scarlet is reasonably eliminated for trying to murder everyone on the island. However, alongside her, Max is kicked out for seemingly no reason at all. Hello, I'm Sam, and today I'll be theorizing about what would have happened if Max wasn't kicked off. Our first episode is Sky Falls. Sky might try to ally with Max instead of Sugar, but I don't think Max would want to ally with her because Sky isn't quote-unquote evil and is strictly against cheating, so the alliance between Sugar and Sky would still occur. I imagine Max wouldn't be any slower than Sugar is, so he would probably stay in front of her and Sky until the jumping section. I don't recall Max being a particularly good athlete, so Sky and Sugar would probably pass him here, but he'd still make it through somehow. He'd continue up the mountain until the split pass. He would likely take the cave route not for any strategical reason like Sky and Sugar, but because he thinks caves are cool, as seen in the first episode. Because Sky and Sugar already took this route, he wouldn't have to deal with any of the bears, and he could catch up to them while Sky and Sugar are being crushed by Jasmine. The rest of the episode would play out the same with Sugar sabotaging Jasmine and causing her to be eliminated. The next episode is Packed with Talent. In this episode, everyone makes their own mini challenges and gets points based on how they do in them. First is Sky's Hurdle Challenge, which I don't think Max would be too good at. As mentioned earlier, he wasn't very athletic, so Sky and Sean would come in first and second still. Sugar would probably cross the line before Max, but because Sugar didn't actually jump any of the hurdles, she would be given 4th place instead. Next is Sean's Tree Hopping Challenge. Similarly, Max wouldn't be the best in this challenge either. Sugar still takes 1st place and Sean takes 2nd. Between Sky and Max, Sky is obviously the better tree climber, but she also had to start over from the beginning right before she reached the finish line. Max probably comes in 3rd. Real quick, remember to like the video if you're enjoying it, and subscribe for more videos like this. Next is Sugar's Talent Contest Challenge. Everyone's scores in the talent contest remain the same, obviously. Sky gets a 24.5 out of 30, Sean gets a 27 out of 30, and Sugar gets a 0 out of 30. Of course, because he wasn't in this episode, we don't know Max's talent. However, in his audition tape, he mentions taking French horn lessons, so he'd likely do that. Unfortunately, we don't know how good he is with the French horn, so I'll give him a 15 out of 30 for a perfectly average score and yet another 3rd place. Next up would be Max's challenge. My best guess at what it could be is some sort of challenge where you need to build an evil invention, possibly using the pile of junk from the first episode. Max isn't the brightest, but we see in episode 2 that he can make a mind control device that was fully operational with help of Scarlet, and even then all Scarlet did was plug in one of the wires. Knowing he could build something like that with minimal help, he would probably score 1st in this challenge. Sean likely knows the mechanical skills from his survival training, so I'll give him 2nd. Sugar grew up on a farm, so she probably knows a bit about mechanics, so I'll give her 3rd, which leaves Sky for 4th place. Now let's tally up the points. Sean came in 1st once and twice 3 times, so he gets 13 points overall. Max came in 1st once and 3rd 3 times, so he gets 10 points overall. Sky came in 1st once, 2nd once, and last twice, so she has 9 points. And lastly, Sugar came in 1st once, 3rd once, and last twice, so she has 8 points. That means Sugar is eliminated for coming in last. Now in the previous 2 seasons, the winner of the penultimate challenge gets to decide who they fight in the finals. Between Max and Sky, I think Sean would choose Max, because he would be easier to beat in the finale. So we reach live, cries, and one big prize. I don't know this, but it's somewhat implied that the helpers are rigged, so it's likely Max would get Scarlet as a helper in the finale. Scarlet doesn't like Max, so Scarlet probably wouldn't help them unless they make some sort of deal to split the money 50-50. In order to get Scarlet to turn on Max, Chris would probably play footage of him taking credit for her inventions or calling her his sidekick, although I doubt Scarlet would really need too much convincing to try and attack Max. In the end, Max accidentally breaks off part of the mountain like Sky does, so he and Sean end up in an avalanche. Every season of Total Drama has 2 winners, so you can really pick whoever you want to win here. If you want to see my predictions for the upcoming season of Total Drama, click here. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.